first topic, there will be multiple topics, highly important topics that I will cater today, and you can have quite a few number of questions from these places. So first of all, we will start with a pretty easy topic, that is the cataract. So just a brush up with some important things which will help you memorize something more which are important for the exam. So what is a cataract basically? It's a eye condition where the lens gets opaque. That's the basic cataract. And opaque means it becomes cloudy. So as it becomes cloudy, it becomes more difficult for light to reach to the back of the retina. So therefore, the cataract will definitely cause a reduction of vision, basically blurred vision. And as light cannot reach back to the retina, so also it will create another important sign for cataract, that is the diminution of the red reflex. I will come to that later. Okay, so cataracts, if we look at cataract, it's the leading cause of blindness worldwide. So basically, if we look at the epidemiology of cataract, some strange things are there, like females are more prone to cataract epidemiologically than men, and cataract increases with age. So cataract increases with age and this. However, there is a topic called congenital cataract. And in congenital cataract, a particular substance that is seen in some kind of storage disorders, like we can see them in classic galactosemia and also galactokinase deficiency, where due to enzyme deficiency, there is accumulation of galactitol in lens. So basically, we will look more towards the age-related cataract, because in part 1, we will mostly deal with the adult patients. So incidence of cataract, if we see that 30% individuals who were above 65 years, so they have some little bit of whatever cataract, some cataract development is already seen over here. Some cataract development pathophysiology is already in progress. So if you look at the most common cause of cataract, if they ask you, that is the age, basically. And other possible risk factors which can attribute to it, there is excessive smoking, definitely, alcohol, excessive alcohol, trauma, and very importantly, diabetes mellitus, which ultimately leads to deposition of sorbitol in lens, leading to the opacification. Then if you have a long-term steroid use, that can cause cataract. Radiation exposure, that can cause cataract. Some metabolic dysfunction like hypocalcemia can cause cataract. Okay, hypocalcemia. And we have diseases like myotonic dystrophy, where we can find the cataract. Again, this is important because they occasionally make questions on the basis of this. You will find all the other features, myotonic phasis and other features. You will find release, distress, delayed release, and all these things you will find along with cataract and particular phasis findings. So this is important for the exam. So what the patient will present, patient will have a gradual loss of vision and definitely loss of color vision. So adult onset color vision, an important DD is the cataract. And they can also tell about the glare, which is lights or everything is brighter than the actual. Some objects are brighter than actual. And they can also talk about halos around distant lights. You can find it in other ophthalmological conditions also, but it can be found over here too. So if we look at the signs, ophthalmological signs, again important, that is the diminution of the red reflex. So what is red reflex? Basically, whenever we put the ophthalmoscope in the proper distance, the red hue comes back from the back of the eye. In case of cataract, what happens, since the lens is opacified, the red hue from the retina or the posterior segment cannot come back. So you will find there's a the reddish color in the light that is basically diminished. So that is one of the things. So what are the investigations we can do? We can definitely do ophthalmoscopy, and that should be done after the pupil dilatation. And in findings, you will find normal fundus and normal optic nerve if there are no other pathology related to them. And we will also have to do the slit lamp. So in slit lamp, you can see the fundus and you can also see the visible cataract. So we are coming to some classifications of cataract, quick, short, crisp classification. One is the nuclear cataract. So it is very common in old age, and the lens refractive index is changed due to the deposition. We can have polar cataract, that is basically localized version of the cataract, and it is more difficult because it lies in the visual cortex, visual axis. Lies in the visual axis. So mostly polar variety is inherited variety. Mostly polar variety is inherited. We can have subcapsular cataract. That is very common with the steroid use. So it is just deep to the lens capsule. So it is again in the visual axis, which again makes it difficult to see for the patient. And there are certain, at times we can find some dot opacities. So these dot opacities may be found in normal lenses too, and they are increased in the patients with diabetes and the patients with myotonic dystrophy. Remember, these dot opacities are different from the floaters. Floaters are in the part of the vitreous, and dot opacities, which we are talking right now, it is in the lens. So how we can manage the cataract? Basically, two kind of major management. One is the non-surgical, the other is the surgical. So early stage age-related cataracts you can manage conservatively by prescribing stronger glasses. You can prescribe contact lenses. All the risk factor we can stop, and we can tell them to use brighter lighting more and more. So basically it will optimize. So our main target will be to optimize their vision and to decrease all the risk factors. Regarding surgery, this says the surgical treatments are the only effective long-term treatment for cataract, if we look at the outcome. So basically, NICE suggests that referral for surgery should be dependent upon whether a visual impairment is present, its impact on the quality of life, and the patient choice. So as per NICE, when we should go for surgery, look at the visual acuity, look at the impact on life, and definitely patient choice. These three things we need to satisfy first. If there is significant visual acuity diminishing, then we need to send to the patient. Normally, as per NICE estimation, 85 to 90% cases of cataract surgery in UK, they have excellent prognosis, and occasionally they can come back to 6/12 corrected vision after the surgery. However, there are certain complications that can happen during surgery. Again, they can ask you questions from the complications itself. So post-op complication, one is the posterior capsular opacification. Posterior capsular opacification. So this is due to the fibrotic process or healing process, and causes the thickening of the lens capsule after the surgery. Rarely, RD, retinal detachment, can occur. Rarely, posterior capsular rupture can occur. And definitely, which is very dreaded, endophthalmitis, that means infection, sepsis, etc. can be occurred, and it can, endophthalmitis can, it is the infection of the aqueous and vitreous humor, and it can cause serious, threat to the vision.